was watching a video on YouTube of a guy last night talking about how he was a neurosurgeon and he quit. And years ago, he had a moment in time where he betrayed himself. He had a moment to pursue medicine or to pursue what he really loved, poetry and philosophy. And he chose the route of going in the medical field. And he said from then on, he knew that that was out of not true love, but it was out of a need for security and doing the right thing. And since then, he had troubles making small decisions, because he, deep down, he didn't trust himself. And he was learning to grow in that trust. And I thought the video was so beautiful. Had like 1.2 million views, one of them, and then another one that I watched had 17 million views. And of course I was watching this too because he was a neurosurgeon, and he talked about how he came to realize that he could just help people change their diet and their lifestyle. A lot of people would get better that wouldn't even need neurosurgery. And he was like, he just felt dead inside because he felt like he wasn't actually helping the people. Like they would end up coming back a year later to get the same surgeries, to have the same pain. And of course that was interesting to me. And then it made me think about, I was just in the shower and it made me think about, I can't remember where the video was that I was watching, but the lady was saying, she's like, at what age did you start to hate yourself? If you go back and you're looking at photos and pictures, there's like a particular time in your life where you can see that you were not in love with yourself, where either you gained weight or you didn't look your best, or you just look at the photo and you just have this visceral feeling like, oh gosh, you know. And I remember her asking that question and I was like, whoa, it's kind of intense. At what age did you start hating yourself? But sometimes like we go through these time periods of like self-betrayal, like when we're not doing things out of pure love for ourselves and for what our souls actually need and want to do. And it really can catch up with us in a lot of ways. Like the guy was simply talking about, he couldn't even make simple decisions about, he talked about snow tires. Do I keep my snow tires on, or do I keep my all season tires on, or do I change the snow tires? Like, and he couldn't make simple decisions. And I think self-betrayal does work like this. In my own experience, like I've talked about before, I had the privilege, the blessing to sit in some ayahuasca ceremonies last year. And it's a very powerful psychedelic plant medicine. And during one of them in particular, like my last one, for those who don't know, I have a twin sister. She has me, I have her, we have each other. And I don't know who I would be without her, but I had realized, like, you know, that's one of my closest relationships in my life. I realized that I would tend to show up in our relationship in a state, in an energy field of abandonment. Like I would tense up and be afraid that like my sister would leave me. And this manifested into my life, into our relationship in several interesting ways, which in this ayahuasca ceremony I just cried and cried and cried because of all the times that I had betrayed myself in that relationship, all the times that I had shown up with this type of energy, with this non-loving energy, and how I was the contributor of some things that manifested between us. So it was like a deep time of forgiving myself and then making a promise to myself that I would show up in a loving and open energy, and an energy that's not in fear. And there's this prayer that the guy in the video, the neurosurgeon, talked about that I've heard on YouTube, and then we also talked about in ceremony, Ho'oponopono, which is the prayer. And every time I even think about it, like it like makes me a little bit emotional. But it's the prayer Ho'oponopono, I love you. I forgive you. Wait, what is it? I love you. I forgive you. Thank you. I'm missing a part of it. Oh, why is my mind blank right now? I love you. I forgive you. Thank you. I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive you. I love you. And they sang this song like really slowly in ceremony, and I remember just crying, crying. And it was so beautiful. And it is so beautiful to also say that prayer like to yourself, not just to other people. You know, I've said that prayer to other people, and then I say it to myself, and it always makes me kind of cry. So, Ho'oponopono, I love you, I forgive you, I'm sorry, thank you. So anyway, I hope this video is helpful for you. I think that YouTube channel of the neurosurgeon was Doobie and Davis or something like that. Doobie and Gooby. He's got a lot of videos on there, so really cool. Check him out. I do wish you the best of luck, of course, in all that you do. And tomorrow is a brand new biochemical cascade. Anything is possible. Like anything that you can do to interrupt your current patterning. One thing that was really apparent to me in the ayahuasca ceremonies was how habitual I'd become and stagnant I'd become in my life. Every time I would leave ceremony and come back home, I'd come home and I'd like make a plan, clean everything, shape the environment, shape up the environment. The environment is shaping you. You are the nucleus. Everything in the environment is like, I'm looking at a desk over there. That's things outside of my environment. I'm the nucleus. Everything else is outside. And just like the mitochondria, powerhouse of the cell, can produce more, can create more of themselves, have their own DNA, mitochondrial DNA. When you shape your environment, you are just loving your mitochondria. Your mitochondria love the environment. They love sunlight. They love when you do kinetic energy, when you move. They love when you eat your amino and fatty acids. They love when you sleep. Mitochondria love when you laugh. Like your environment, the people you surround yourself with, every person, every circumstance is creating more mitochondria. That's how I look at it. And then that way we're influencing our nuclear DNA, which is the DNA that we've all come to believe through the Western mind, that we are controlled and subject to our nuclear DNA. And that's not true. You know, you're a product of your environment. You're a product of your thoughts. And you're so beautiful. You're so gorgeous. So I will leave this here. Just because this book is right here. This book here was lent to me by my neighbor. I just want to bring it up. I try to read a little bit of it each day. It's called A Course in Miracles. They have no known author, but I really like it. I feel like it helps me to stay in like a central place, and it also helps me to, like, every time I read it, it's like, wow, I really needed to see this. It has taught me a lot about forgiveness and like the deep stuff, like how we feel guilty, you know, even in betraying ourselves, and how to let that go, and how to not share that with others, how to share the light. So I really love that book. My neighbor gave it to me. I love my neighbor. Has been a blessing and an angel. And yeah, beautiful things are coming. I love you so much. I got a really nice email from somebody about the videos too, and I just want to say thank you for all of your comments and your thoughts. Like, I feel like if you do have a comment of some nature, like, I feel like I receive those comments. I receive those thoughts, and I really appreciate you being here and watching and learning with me and giving me grace for when I mistake words in the videos, because I definitely have watched videos back before and been like, oh, I really like this video, but I totally said the exact opposite thing. So sometimes I make mistakes, so thank you for your forgiveness and grace and understanding. And I'm excited. I'm really excited. So write down your dreams too right now. Been dreaming, crazy dreams. Dreams can tell you about what's going on in the real world. I truly believe that our dreams are always like a really abstract message for us. We don't just like, it's silly to think that like we're not very intelligent. Like our bodies are, the cell is so incredibly intelligent. Like the dreams, they're not just random. Like the people that we meet, it's not just random. Like all of this has an incredible design, like the body, like the heart and the brain and the lungs and the kidney, like skin cell, immune cell. The brain has its total different immune system, the lymphatic system. It's so incredible. There's no coincidences. You're meant to be here. Everything is in its right place at the right time. And the more you talk to yourself, have a dialogue. When I sat in those ceremonies, on my second night of my first ceremony, I knew I needed to have a dialogue with myself. Because your body is an intelligence. It's listening, your immune system, all those cells. When you ask, how can I have a healthier routine in the morning? What would it look like if you were very happy? Like, what can I do for y'all? What can I do for you that is going to make you feel energetic and joyful? How can I do this with joy, And like your body will give you answers. Your immune system, your intuition, it will give you answers because you're so intelligent, you're so beautiful, you're so gorgeous. Anyway, this is long enough. I really will leave this here. I love you so much. May you always be blessed with the clarity to know what is and what isn't meant for you. I will catch you next time.